What's up, Internet Land? Zachamus Prime, aka Zachamus Prime, here with another Transformers review. And today, the figure we're reviewing is a bit of an older one. I wasn't sure what I had to review this week, so I asked a buddy, mind if I could borrow a figure of his? And so he loaned me the Last Night Scorn. And this is a Voyager class figure. If you recall in the Transformers Age of Extinction, they came out with a bunch of Dinobots, and most of them were all deluxe classes. And then I think it was Grimlock and what's his name, that other one. I don't know. The Brachiosaurus guy were both Voyager class, and all the other ones were a deluxe class. And the deluxe class Scorn was actually really good. It was one of the better of the Dinobot figures. In fact, one could easily argue that it was the best of the Dinobot figures. And then I guess they liked it so much that they decided to redo him for the Last Night in Voyager scale, and it's actually really good. Like, definitely better than his deluxe class one, which was already pretty good. But yeah, let's get down well, he doesn't come with any accessories whatsoever, none. He does have like a postable hand with like a little slot built into it, but nothing to hold. So yeah, a little bit bummed there. So I guess we'll just do articulation. So in terms of articulation, at his head, his head is on a ball joint. His chin is just ridiculous, like absurd. I kind of wish that they'd gone with the head sculpt that they had for the Age of Extinction version. I thought that was a pretty decent head sculpt, but his head doesn't really look up and down. Doesn't really go, wow, it doesn't tilt side to side at all. Doesn't really do anything except rotates all abouts with his giant chin. He could probably beat the crap out of somebody with his chin alone. Just like walk up to somebody and just be like, "Arr!" and bash them to death with his chin. His arms are, of course, very asymmetrical, as you can see. This arm right here will rotate all the way around. He's got a swivel here that goes out that much. He's got a swivel here that'll bend. He's got a weird collection of joints here. Like, you can bend his arm here, and then you can bend it here, but like this joint here, like, bends separately of everything else. That's weird. This pieces here, these pieces are all kind of this like rubbery material, so that, they can be spiky and not break if you drop it, and not, poke somebody in their freaking eye holes. But he's got a joint here and a joint here, and that's that. For his other arm, it'll go all the way around, it'll go out. Not as much, I don't know. He's got this weird spike on his arm, and I guess if you bend it that way, it doesn't get in the way as much, though it still gets in the way a little bit. But if you move it so it's out of the way, his arm will go out most of the way. He's got this bicep swivel here. His arm will disconnect if you feel like it. He's got a wrist swivel, and his whole hand folds up. Plus he's got these little like dino arms here. And I'm not sure if you're supposed to put them down or put them up. I like to put them up just because it gets them out of the way of the rest of his arm. Not that it really matters, but, what is. Moving down, he has no waist swivel at all. His legs will move forward that much, backwards that much, outwards. That's 75% of a Van Damme right there. He's got a lower thigh above the knee swivel right there. Knee bends about 90 degrees before you start running into foot crap back here. His ankle will rotate like that and rotate like that, and that's really all that there is to it. But, I mean, he's decently posable. I'm not going to say he's like hyper articulated or whatnot, but he looks good. He's got good shelf presence. On this copy, the angles seem to be a little loose, but it's not like detrimental. Also, keep in mind this is a few years old already. Not a whole lot of years, but at least a couple. This is all soft PVC here. I kind of wish that they came with a sword like the other one did. I liked that they took the knight aesthetic far enough that some of them came with swords. I like my Transformers with swords. But alright, let's get him transformed up. So what we're gonna do is we're just gonna start taking everything apart. So we're gonna take these arms and we're gonna disconnect them like that and like that. We're gonna take his crotchal area. We're gonna split it like that. That will allow us to untab this area here like that, like that. Then we can take this whole part here and bend it back far enough that we can clear this head. Don't make a liar of me. Like that. The mouth opens as he pulls out. Freedom! This section here is going to flip around, exposing a couple of tabs here. And then we're going to take this whole chest area and we're going to rotate it about that much. Now you'll see in here, there's this little tab here. This tabbed into one of the sections over here, but we're going to rotate that like that. So now it's going to come around and it's going to tab in. That slot's going to tab into this tab here, and this tab is going to go into that slot right there, like that. Let me put this all back in this more proper place. Oh wait, this is his proper place. So for his next section here, you've got a slot right up in there and a tab right back in here. Gonna put those together. And then that's going to allow you to pull this over the top. There's kind of a weird pseudo tab there that goes into this weird pseudo slot. It's not the best connection, but it's the only one we got, damn it. His legs are going to bend out. There's this like double hinge in here. They're going to bend out as much as they can. And then you are going to do the little, let's see if I can get some light on that. You're going to do the little arm swivel maneuver with this one as well. So just kind of push on that until it rotates. Come on. Come on. Come on. There we go. Till that gray part rotates. See, now it's sideways. And then that will clip into this big old tab right here. And then this, I did that wrong. There we go. Whoops. There. So now this is gonna peg in like so, and then you've got a corresponding peg and a hole over here like so. And then as this comes around, you kind of pull this panel up, because I don't know what else that panel does. This one will come out, and then you're gonna grab this foot right here and kind of just pull on that and flip this around like that. And that is a dino leg all done. So let's do the other one like that. Same way, pull that up, put that up, flip-a-do his knee around. Put his tail into place. And there we have Scorn in his Dino Mode. And that's, I mean, it's not bad as far as Dino Modes go. It's a little weird and exaggerated in places. Not sure why these panels need to go up. I don't think that these panels get out of the way at all by going up. But they just look kind of weird. He's all super spiky and whatnot. But I mean, he stands well, he balances well, he looks decent. A lot of, you know, reds and grays and silvers. In terms of articulation in this mode, he's got, his head is on a hinge here, and a hinge here, and a swivel here, and his jaw opens and closes. He does have, and damned if you can see it at all. I don't think there's any possible way, because I can barely see it with my own eye holes. There's the tiniest bit of blue paint on his eyes, back behind these weird eye flappy things. His arms are on ball joints like this. They'll go around and kind of wiggle about a bit. His legs have a lot of the articulation that they had in the robot mode, though this panel gets in the way a bit. So you kind of pull that back and push it forward. There it is, all the way forward, all the way back, and out a little bit. Just a little bit. A little swivel here. Bend at the knee, goes most of 90 degrees. Ankle doesn't really move at all. I mean, like, there's the transformation, but that looks weird, so you kind of just keep it where it's at. He does have, well, that's the transformation doing as well, but I don't know that you can really get all that much out of his feet. His tail, again, keeps the same transformation, so you can kind of wiggle it at his shoulder joint, even though it's not really supposed to move, I don't think. Then he's got a pivot here, and this little hinge here, and this hinge, and this hinge. And yeah, he's not a bad figure. He came in a case assortment. I want to say, if I recall correctly, that he came in a case assortment. Oh, I don't remember who he came with. I do remember thinking that he was one of the better figures of that line, and that I never actually got around to picking him up. So, even though I picked up other figures from that line, some of which were good and some of which were mediocre. But yeah, so there he is, the last night Scorn. But anyhow, thanks for watching, everybody. You guys are fantastic, and continue to be amazing and be good to